Hello and welcome back. Today we're out testing Leica SL2 and the 24-105. Different weather conditions, different setup. Not same location, but a location we've been to in the past. Just a whole different situation this morning than what we're used to. Looks like last night we had some rain. All right, and it certainly left us with, hopefully you can see all this, broken clouds, a little bit of mist and fog. All right, apparently a lot of standing water in areas. All right, I got my coffee camera, my tripod, and out here trying to take a picture of this tree that we've done before in just different conditions. All right, we're going to do a little bit of that this morning. I'm going to grab a couple images of that, and then hopefully move on and grab a couple other images that we haven't taken before, just to see how we do in these in these conditions. Now it's hot and it's muggy this morning. It is not the greatest of times to be outside, but it's okay. I mean, it's what we as a landscape photographer, you want weather conditions, you want things that you have to deal with. So we're going to see what we can do here to turn at least something here into a decent image. All right, so what are we doing? All right, how are we? What's the composition look like? What are we shooting? And again, the whole idea here is I got one camera, one lens, whatever the conditions are. Get outside. All right, use the equipment that you have. All right, and try to make a good image, given what your limitations are. So this morning, all right, we are shooting f11. All right, we are shooting it. Let's see, hard to tell from here, about what, 1/5 of a second, I think is what it's saying, at ISO 100. All right, and we are shooting out at right now 105. All right, and let me show you here if you can see. I don't know how well it'll show here on the back of my camera. All right, but you can see from this, we got a 2-second delay built in. This is the level meter, it says that we're level. All right, here's our light meter down here at the bottom. All right, right now I'm underexposed by 2 stops. You can see the distributional light here. All right, so let's give it a shot. All right, and that's what we get. So hopefully you saw that, at least a little bit of that, but that's what we end up with. And again, good image, not a great image, but a good image. We don't have the greatest of conditions, but we certainly don't have the worst. Actually, probably been a little bit better if we had either a lot more fog and haze, or if we'd have had more rain. That might have, but we're kind of in between it. I mean, it's, I don't know what, 6:30 or so in the morning here. Sunrise is I think it was 6:21. You're not going to see much of anything here, but that's what we end up with. All right, so let's try this one more time. I do love, if you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you see how the clouds are back there hanging against the hills. All right, now the Ohio River is right here on the other line of these trees. All right, that's what the Ohio River is, and it kind of snakes through here, and that's kind of why you have some of the cloud and fog and things you have set up. The river's right here. All right, you got a cornfield off to the right. I'm not sure. It kind of looks like soybeans or something here in front of us. All right, for this particular field. So now let's go back, not fully wide, but let's. All right, so now we're at 50. Let's underexpose a little bit. And the reason why I'm doing that is I've just found, with this particular camera and the images that I've taken, it seems like the files are easier to work with, and it looks better if I underexpose a little bit. And it seems like because of the dynamic range and what I have to work with in this, it operates a lot differently than I would with my Micro Four Thirds stuff. So it's where I expose a little bit to the right and do a little, maybe 1/3 of a stop overexposed to pull out shadows with. All right, but my Micro Four Thirds stuff here, I can underexpose 1/3 to 3/4. All right, and do the same. And camera systems are different, light meters are different. So you gotta, in your camera, you gotta learn that stuff. All right, and don't be afraid to experiment with it. That's the reason why we go out and do what we do. All right, I mean, that is the main reason why we do it. We want to learn and figure out, you know, what our limitations are, so we can, you know, make adjustments in different conditions at different times and in different locations, and that's what we try to do. So, all right, I'm gonna sit here for another couple minutes, take a couple more pictures, drink a little bit of coffee, and then we're gonna move up the road. So I'll see you once we get to the next spot. All right, so we've moved up the road just a little ways. There's always been this barn here I've always wanted to photograph. There's actually a couple of them, but one I really wanted, that's this one. All right, and if you look, see the smokestack out here off to the right from the power plant that's out there, or whatever it is, all right? And you got the barn here, another barn over here, and again, we're looking all the way out. All right, the river's out there on the other side of that line of trees. So we're hand holding this image, all right, rather than take it, all right, with a tripod. We're right here by the road. I got a 2-second delay. We're shooting at f7.1, all right, ISO 100. We're going 1/25 of a second. And we've got, you know, so we're obviously counting on the image stabilization that's built into the lens and the camera to help us with this. So we'll see what turns out here. I'm gonna move on up the road. I still think there's another spot, another shot that I want to get. So we're gonna try that too. So, you know what? This is interesting right here. All right, just walking back towards the adventure Jeep, looking out, there's another barn out here in the field. All right. So now, look out. There's the tree we've been photographing, okay? See the barn out there, and then the smokestack, and you can actually see the lines of the cornfield itself. That's pretty cool. Again, I'm on private property here, right on the edge of it. I don't want to get too close and do anything crazy, but see if I can capture an image here too. All right, so as I was driving up the road, saw this little pond, thought maybe I could capture a little reflection of the sky, all right, and the barns and everything all in one shot. So I'm taking a couple images here, f11. We'll see what comes out, but here, let me show you the scene. Pond down here below, see the barns out there. All right, so not sure what we got, but hey. Well, at least we're out trying. So anyway, let's see what comes to this. All right, so just continue driving up the road and came by this part of a vineyard. All right. Wine, you know, vineyard, whatever out here. There's some, you know, obviously grapes on the vines. Even on the other side of the road, on the other side of the adventure Jeep, we have some vines as well. I don't know the name of this particular vineyard, but I know that it, you know, I've driven by it before, but never really caught my eye to photograph it. But I thought I'd stop this morning and try it from here. Now, not real happy with the wires, trying to work around that. You know, I can go on the other side of the pole there if I wanted to, but I'm not so sure I'm happy about that. But I may go try that here just to see what we get. But, you know, again, we're just shooting anywhere from f7.1 to f11. So around 1/25 or 1/15 of a second, really depending, all doing a handheld, trying to test out here the image stabilization of this camera. So if something turns out here, I will put it in here for you to see. I'm also see. All right, I'm also going to end this video here. All right, and just you know, this wasn't what I expected to be a great morning, but you know, I found 2 or 3 images, you know, here that I hadn't photographed before. I don't know whether they're good or not. We'll see once we get a chance to edit them. But you know, that's what it's about. Get out, all right? Get up, get out. You know, the old adage, F8 and be there. That's, you know, we have to get, you know, be willing to get up, you know, early and get out and see what we can find. That's where the, you know, the great opportunities come from, the great images come from. Most of the time it's not from, you know, that perfect what you expect day. It's, you know, you keep going out and you keep looking, and eventually you find not only the great composition, but the, you know, the absolute great light or atmosphere to go with it. It's just how it works. All right, you know, not every day is a home run, not every image is a portfolio image. It's just, you know, you've got to be out and trying things, experimenting, looking for new locations, and, you know, trying to expand your knowledge. And, you know, it believe it or not, it does make a difference over time. So anyway, don't want to ramble all day. All right, just want to remind everybody to like, comment, and subscribe, and help share, you know, share the videos, help grow the audience. You know, it's greatly appreciated. Love the comments. You know, anything you can throw in there, any question you can ask, anything you can, you know, agree, disagree, doesn't matter to me. I like those things. All right, so keep throwing them in there. You know, we got a lot of new subscribers out there. I want to keep them, you know, watching. Like to get you more engaged and, you know, in the conversation. So please, by all means, anybody, you know, just throw down in the comments what you think. So, all right, enough rambling. All right, not going to do any more. All right, just going to say till we see you again, stay safe.